Well, the squad could look very different in the long term under new owners for Newcastle United, but I think certainly in the short term, you've got to remember as well that even if you've got a limited budget, it's going to take 2, 3, maybe 4 transfer windows to build a different team and have that different look. But I certainly think that under new owners, that certain personnel will leave the club. The big name that's being touted about in the United States press at the moment is DeAndre Yedlin. He could be one of the first familiar faces to leave Newcastle out of contract. He's going in the last 12 months of his contract now. Certainly one that was hoping to have transfer talks with Newcastle, but like a lot of others, Lee Charnley's had to hit pause on those talks because he doesn't even know, what his future is, never mind the players. So DeAndre Yedlin, possibly frustrated. Certainly, I think he's had a long-term desire to go back to the United States and play MLS at one stage. But at 26, probably got another European move in him. I mean, if you ask me personally, I think he's a player that I would keep because certainly over the next sort of season or so, he's someone who knows the club, can go out there, do a job. Yes, he has had his critics like any player has, but he's certainly the sort of player who's got that injection of pace, which doesn't come easy. And I just think he's a player that, he's been on board at Newcastle. He knows what is expected on Tyneside, help the club to promotion, help Newcastle stay in the Premier League. He's been a steady buy. I mean, he's one of Rafa Benitez's purchases, and certainly I would say he's a success. So for me, I wouldn't be rushing him out the door, but I can certainly see if he feels that there's going to be all these big names coming in, that he then feels his future lies elsewhere. But he could be one of a few that leave, Manquillo, Yedlin, Matty Longstaff's future still dangling in the air because he doesn't know where he stands. You look at Andy Carroll; he's coming to the end of his current arrangement, so there could be a clutch of players going certainly in the next transfer window. But as I say, you need to have that stability overall. And as I've mentioned before, Manchester City, even in those early years when they got took over, there's a lot of players that stayed on and helped them, get through that sort of transitional stage. So it's going to be an interesting time ahead, but certainly I think there's some players worth keeping on board.